Hi, hello. My name is Katt, and this is day 1 for the vlog that you will see Wednesday? That's a tentative choice right there. So, I've been trying to think as to what I want to do. I would like to make a goals video for 2026. Don't know where I am. I'm trying to do that. My goal is to have that out by the end of January. That way I have some time to actually think about it. Just got off of work, and I have the itch to make a beanie. Right, I'm going with my good old classic 8mm, and I am using Red Heart Black. And I love this yarn in the color Candy Stick Stash, right? It's kind of bringing out like that 80s, 90s, like Lisa Franks kind of, I forget what they were called, but I know that as a kid I used to like taking a bunch of crayons, getting multiple colors, and then taking black to go over it and then like carve designs into it. I'll figure out the name of what that was. It wasn't like scratch art. It may have later developed into scratch art, but that's the kind of theme that I'm going with right now. Haven't gotten any more commissions for hats. That's okay, right? I take the blessing where I can get it, and we move along. So, meh, right? I need to work on my Etsy shop. I ordered some tags. I'll be fancy, have some tags ready. I did get my first chunk of movies in the mail. So I now have Jurassic Park Lost World, which was the second, Jurassic Park 3, and I now have Fallen Kingdom for Jurassic World and Jurassic World Dominion. So when I'm done watching the first Jurassic World, which is currently on my television, I can move on to Fallen Kingdom and then move on to Dominion. I have not purchased Rebirth yet because it was still like 20 bucks. And as kind of a recap from the last vlog, in case you didn't see it, I managed to get so I got the OG trilogy, 1, 2, and 3. I got Fallen Kingdom, Dominion, all for 50 bucks. And they're all Blu-rays. So it's not just like the regular DVDs. If I have the choice, I try to at least go Blu-ray. If it's not available, then I'll take the standard DVD that's out. But I figured I got roughly 5 movies for almost 10 bucks each, and that was with tax. So my next goal is to obtain the OG Pirates of the Caribbean, right? At least like the first few movies that they made. I don't like the newer ones. Whenever Disney just pushes things too far and you're like, dude, like, if I see another Pirates, it's going to hopefully have Johnny Depp in it. Because that movie in my head is, I see Jack Sparrow, I see Johnny Depp. Right? I want to get, so the OG Pirates of the Caribbean, I'm pretty sure there's a trilogy for that. And then, of course, Lord of the Rings, right? My mom and dad have like the really fancy, like director's cut boxes upstairs. But I know whenever I ideally move out, I would like to have my own, right? Um, Physical media is making a resurgence, which I'm like, yeah, okay. For me, it's like whenever I have a movie series that I would love to watch again and again, I want to own it, right? Uh, Another series I would love to own is like The Conjuring. I would love to get a hold of the Conjuring universe. And I don't know if I want the Saw franchise. I don't know. I mean, I do enjoy the Saw movies because as much as there is body gore, there is a story to it, right? But I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. I would like to, as far as TV series goes, I want all of Chicago Med that is currently out. I know that Peacock probably has an updated episode to watch, so that will be on the agenda this time, sometime this weekend to watch. But there's just a few things, movies and TV shows that I would love to have in my stash, so that when I have a hankering to watch it, then I can, right? That's why we buy the physical media. There's an emotional attachment, there's an investment in the series. I don't know if I necessarily want Harry Potter. I know. I am an older millennial, I get it. I'm pretty sure every test I took put me in either Slytherin or Gryffindor. It was like, how was I feeling that day? um, but I just, I'm trying to think of what series I wouldn't mind having on my shelf. Especially like whenever my niece gets older, she may want to watch some of the shows too. I would love to get my hands on Sailor Moon. I have Gundam Wing. I have Outlaw Star. I don't think I have Inuyasha. Inuyasha would be another good series to own a physical of. But I made sure to go around and collect, like, my all-time favorite movie is The Last Unicorn. And you can't really see it, but it's on this shelf. It's actually above the series called Black Cat. I have all that was released of the anime of the Get Backers. That's kind of aging me right there. I would love Hellsing. That is not a kid-friendly show, but that is a really good show. What else do I have over there? I've got Deadpool. I've got 2 One Piece movies. If there's any more, I definitely should snag those while I can. I have... I've got Burst Angel, which is another mecha anime. I've got season 1 and 2 of that. And a movie. They actually put out a movie. I should rewatch that. I've got Cowboy Bebop. I've got some of Ouran High School Host Club. And D and Angel. That's a throwback, right? else? Forgive my fillers here. I've, of course, got Nightmare Before Christmas over there. I have a Rugrats meets the Thornberrys. Yeah, I'm a 90s kid. And then, of course, I have Wreck-It Ralph. I already said Deadpool. I need to watch The Heat with Sandra Bullock and Rebel Wilson. I have it. Haven't watched it yet. La 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 la. I'm pretty sure a few others. But that's at least what I can see right off of, at least on that shelf, that I can read without having to get closer without squinting. So, I am going to go through my physical media, figure out what else I need to include. I also have Dot Hack Sign, the pre-Sword Art Online series, which had a really good game series to it too. Pretty sure it was Dot Hack GU, but I'm pretty sure that was for the PlayStation. Either PlayStation or PlayStation 2. But I've kind of rambled. I'm going to sit down, try and finish this movie. I don't think I have much longer in it. We're already past the hour mark. And they're about to walk into the OG building. Before the Indominus Rex comes back. So, Star-Lord and Claire are on their way to help save them. So, it's time to wrap up the movie so we can move on to the next one, right? Hello. Good morning. It is 8:24 on the clock. I just finished my new hat. Ended up coming home early from work. Definitely almost tweaked my shoulder. So glad I put this thing on before shift really started. But look at that. It's just so fun, right? So to get this bad boy, we used, I'm going to show the butt ends of these two, which I think I can definitely at least get one more out of. May take a little bit of a break, because I did just knock that hat out in like 2 days. But I was also leisurely working on it. So, I just need to take some product photos, and then I can put her on my Etsy. Woo-hoo-hoo. Sweet. So, we were working on this finished Jurassic World. I feel like I'm trying to remember. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So, Fallen Kingdom is currently sitting in my PS5. I have it started up. By that, I mean my PlayStation ended up going to sleep because I was doing a bunch of other things, right? My thoughts on Jurassic World. After watching the OG trilogy, right, which I have over here, I just picked up the first one. So I now officially have the first 6 movies. The only one I'm waiting on is Rebirth. And it just came out, so it's like $20. I basically got each of these for almost $10 each. So 5 movies, $50. That's actually not bad, especially because all of them are at least a Blu-ray. And some of them came with the DVD and the Blu-ray disc. So, I got 2 discs in a bulk of this purchase. So, I love this because this was back whenever ultraviolet was a thing, right? I can't even remember why they would advertise ultraviolets. I think it was like before like the 4K stuff. But that's neither here nor there. My thoughts on Jurassic World after watching the first Jurassic Park, Lost World, and then Jurassic Park 3, right? I feel like the first is always a strong starter. Nothing is dethroning the first Jurassic Park, right? Rotten Tomatoes still says, like, it's like the creme of the crop. Because it is. It's the first. The movie still holds strong whenever you watch it, right? I could argue the same as with Jurassic World. Yes, we're kind of dealing with, like, the more current version of it, right? Yes, we've got Chris Pratt. We have Star-Lord. What more can be said? I love that they used the original animatronic for the T-Rex. So that was kind of like an homage to the original trilogy. My hair is doing crazy stuff right now. I thought it was funny that Claire insisted on staying in her heels the entire time. Her poor Achilles tendons. But I can totally get that. Like, I remember back whenever I had to wear heels during, like, sales jobs, and it probably was that I didn't have to, but it was always, like, a different statement. Especially when I sold jewelry, right? I could take the time to look nice. When I sold glasses, you take the time to look nice, put yourself together, put your best foot forward, because you are not only a representative, but you're like a confidant that people are coming to be able to trust their purchase with you, right? I just, the one quote of the movie being like, we need more teeth, right? And I fully believe, you can kind of see him on the back here, this guy, the Megalosaurus, I think. Don't quote me on its name. This one, I love the way the movie ends. It just hits different, right? Rewatching it, yes, the Indominus Rex still kind of would, like, the one scene that would always freak me out is whenever they were in the little gyrosphere and they were counting the dinosaurs in the park. And they were like, there's 4, and he's like, no, there's 5. And they're counting them out, and he's like, 5. And it's like, oh no, oh, it's because it's behind you, honey. I remember, I can't remember if I saw Jurassic World in theaters. I don't think I did. Maybe I did. Maybe I saw these 2 in the theaters. When did this movie come out? Can I do a quick scan? Where is the year? Are my eyes getting that bad? Huh. Bonus features. 2017. When the heck did you come out? Probably helps if I don't stare at the sleeve. Now that I know. 2014. So it was 3 years between. So this was pre-pandemic. accurate. So yeah, I want to say I remember seeing the two of these in theaters. This one, the two things stuck out to me. I will see if they still stick the same, or land the same, right? I know in the very beginning, there's the scene with the Brontosaurus. Breaks my heart. And then the dinosaur, because they can't help but make a dinosaur. And yes, I have a little star on my face. I remember their new creation. I guess it was a success because it would keep freaking me out. I know that I did not, and still have not seen Dominion. So I'm kind of excited to at least watch it. Check it off my list. But I've kind of read some reviews and I'm a little worried. It's kind of like when you watch Star Wars, right? The OG trilogy, beautiful, right? And one could argue, so we had, 4, 5, 6 were the first movies. And then they decided to do a prequel after the fact. So we got 1, 2, and 3. I didn't see all of them. I don't think I did. I think I saw episode 1. I remember seeing Qui-Gon. I don't know if I saw the second one. And then we had, the next reboot? Continuing? At some point where I understand that the Star Wars universe is huge. There's a lot of material, there's a lot of lore that they can go into. But I feel like you just need the right directors to just tell the story. And I don't know, the newer movies just didn't hit the same, in my personal opinion. Okay? Don't come at me. Don't come at me. Just saying. It was kind of like the same with the Star Trek. Like, I didn't mind the reboot with, the other Chris. We have, 3 mainstream Chris's right now. Because we have Captain America, we have Star-Lord, and then we have Kirk. Right? If it's not Marvel, it's something else. But I don't know. I will be excited for Hollywood to get their little reboot. To start seeing more, indie creators make things. Because, oh boy. I'm just not excited to go. I think the last movie I saw in theaters, honestly, was One Piece Film Red. And the one before that was Multiverse of Madness. That was the last honest Marvel film I watched. I refused to sign up for Disney Plus, so I haven't seen any of the offshoot seasons that they made. So I haven't seen WandaVision. I haven't seen Loki. Anything else? I recently resubscribed to Netflix and just got an ad blocker to make it tolerable to watch on my laptop. And I don't know. I'm excited to watch Wednesday. I'm excited to watch Mysteries of the Abandoned. I'm excited to watch Chicago Med. So I've got at least a good range, right? Anything Sailor Moon comes out. It was my first anime. Of course, I am going to show my support for Naoko Takeuchi. Because my introduction to anime started with Sailor Moon. So, I mean, I have an entire shelf up here dedicated to Sailor Moon. There are many little statues that I would love to add to that, but capitalism, right? So, to come back full circle, we're going to start Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I'm going to try my darndest not to cry for the Brontosaurus. I'm not making any promises on that. I need to go visit Mom today. Thought she was going to come home. She took a test, got the results, and they said it was positive, so she could not come home yet. So I get to go visit her. She said that she should be home either yesterday, which didn't happen. So today, or I'm just assuming Monday at this point, it'll be a weekday. A business day. I'm thinking they're operating on business days. So, what are some other things I plan on doing today? It is 1/11, Sunday, January 11th. And I think I want to do an egg cleanse. And then that's about all I can really think of. I'll probably do that either today or tomorrow. Tomorrow I need to go get my A1C testing done. And I think that's the only real big thing. My new knitting needles got pushed to being delivered tomorrow. So I have one last package to pick up from Amazon. I do try my darndest to not do massive orders back to back to back to back. I like to make one order, wait till stuff shows up. Once I have everything, then if I need to make another purchase, I make another purchase. That way I can control how many packages I receive at any given time. I also need to make my listing. I need to take my product photos. Maybe throw another one onto my knitting needles. I also ordered tags, so I have to check the tracking on that and see what color tag to put on this. I wish I got like a rainbow tag. That would look really cool on this. But anywho, this update is 15 minutes long already, so I will pause that and I will check in later. Okay? Hey, hi, hello. It is now Wednesday, the 14th. This video is set to come out today at 4 o'clock. I went and purchased myself some new knitting needles. These are the KnitPro 8mm US 11 16-inch needles, which are already on another hat that is almost done. We're almost at 11 inches. And kind of recap of all that I've been able to do, right? I got not only one, but two out of that candy something stick. Hold on a second, I got the wrapper right here. Candy Stick Stash by I Love This Yarn. So that is complete. I still have enough of the Red Heart Black to make potentially like an ear warmer. I tried seeing if the remaining I Love This Yarn could make an ear warmer. It didn't. It crapped out like halfway. So if I wanted to make this kind of black and rainbow hat, which I just love, it's so fun. It reminds me if like the canister of like colorful sprinkles, like if you go to Dunkin' and you get a chocolate sprinkled donut, it just reminds me of like blackened sprinkles, right? Not quite. It's like a vibrant rainbow, and I love the way the skein worked up. So I may have to see if another yarn carries like that kind of colorway. I know I love this yarn, but I really don't want to buy a lot of yarn from Hobby Lobby. If I have to choose who I buy my yarn from, okay. But I do really like this colorway. I need to take some product photos, and I need to get it up on my Etsy, right? So look forward to that. I will work on getting these listings done. And then also doing this one. This is Lion Brand Yarns Basic Stitch Anti-Pilling 4mm. My goodness. Weight 4 yarn. Ugh. In the color Pumpkin. So, I think, used a little bit of this to make an amigurumi. So, one skein isn't full, so I should be able to knock out one of those. But, like I said, got some new knitting needles. I ended up double purchasing them because Amazon was taking forever to deliver the first pair. And then I learned that apparently the cord that I've been using on my red aluminum interchangeable needles, I think is an 18, not a 16. But I like the 16s for what would be future scarves and the hats. So, it's nice not having to be paranoid about my cord unraveling from my needles. So, I have a second pair of these circular needles on the way as soon as they figure their crap out with that one delivery locker. What else? I got a new pen set, which is fun because I got this one in the purple, and now I got the green. And I like the way the purple writes. So I'm thinking this one's called Vibrant Forest. I forgot what the purple one was called, but I think the next one I want to get is the blue. But I want to test all these out to make sure that they write as good as the purple ones. And the final thoughts, because I did finish Fallen Kingdom, which means if we follow the pattern that I'm trying to do, is that the next one on the docket, which is in this little corner, next one is Dominion. So, that's the one movie I have not seen, right? And I have Rebirth on Peacock right now. I haven't purchased Rebirth, the one with Scarlett Johansson. But it's still like $20 for a Blu-ray, and the rest of these were like between $8 and maybe $11. So I think I have a little bit of time. I can watch it on Peacock and still review it, right? So I did not cry for the Brontosaurus. My heart still yearned because I love Brontosauruses. And the Indoraptor was still as scary as I remembered it. Overall, like, in my mind, if you were to take Jurassic Park 1, 2, and 3, first one, hands down. Jurassic World, which I thought was just going to be a trilogy, and then they're not everything needs a sequel, right? Right? And at least don't make it more than a trilogy, because if you can't get it done in 3 installments, I feel like unless you have a certain path and you have a good story, which some could argue, right? I've heard reviews about Dominion. I have seen clips and memes of Dominion, and I'm just sitting here like, Am I bracing myself for everyone trying to do the hand thing and like the one military dude already did the hand thing for, what was it, Charlie or Delta in the first Jurassic World, and he got it chewed off his he got bit because he was not the alpha. So is it gonna be funny? Because all the movies have managed to get my heart rate up because there would be those really intense moments, right? And it's allowed to have some comedic features to it. But I don't want to be laughing my ass off to something that's supposed to be trying to scare me. It's like watching the Conjuring movies, and like the first and second one, they hit the mark. They changed directors on the third, and it is so obvious because I was laughing in the third one. In a movie that you really shouldn't be laughing at, okay? The jump scares were not, like, it maybe had one. And it did not really stick. So, I'm going to try and reserve judgment. Try being the key word. And I'll let you know how Dominion goes. But, I have it. Now we gotta watch it. So, thank you so much for tuning in for this vlog update. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe if you want to stick around, get notifications for future videos. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so that it can alert you whenever I make a post. Wednesdays and Fridays will be my posting schedule for now, while I figure out this crazy, hectic thing called life and vlogging. Alright, I'll talk to you later. Bye.